I do want to say, nothing steams my fucking clams more than putting on the jazz playlist, and then they just they put the goofiest goober dog shit ragtime tune. It is just, that is not the vibe. I don't know why they don't get that. I send them emails every night. I say, Epidemic Sounds, remove this. Send them to the principal's office now. Anyways, I got some, I felt like I was a cowboy. I got some announcements to make before the business starts. So meet me in the, oh fuck, which one is it? Meet me in here. No! Meet me in the sewers. Meet me in the sewers, please. Don't worry about the rest. That was going to be part of the announcement, but there it goes. Whatever. I was going to have the sewer sounds on too, because I think those are appropriate for this. This is like the backstage. I couldn't afford to rent out the new studio, you know what I mean? So we're kind of doing a what's that thing Jerry Seinfeld does? Comedians in cars getting coffee, except for it's VTubers, and I walk you to a diner downtown to have conversation in a crowded restaurant. I know this is in my liked videos. This is a professional start. That's why this is the aside before the whole business, right? This is before everything. This is before all the goofiness gets to bit. Is it in watch later? Why did I put it in watch later? I'm not a... Okay. Sewer... Whatever. Sewer sounds. Sounds of the sewer. Anyways, meet me... I hate moving myself around. It makes me a little... Ah! That wasn't for you to see. Listen, it's not for you to see. Anyways... Now I can get to the announcements. So a couple things I just wanted to point out before we get started. Point Shop is off. Chat will not be on the screen. Any alerts, stuff like that. I've turned off for these new scenes because I want the focus to be on this is really on the conversation, because I feel like that's more deserving in this situation. I will address it at the end of the segments. I will come back and I'll go one by one through and address them if there are any that I missed. Anything important to address. I just want to let you know up front, so you're not like trying to spam, do your digital zoomies, so you're not having a tantrum. I just want you all to know up front that that's what's going on. Yeah, we're in a little bit of a dank, dark. I'm fucking illiterate. Oh my god. Good thing chat's off. Yeah, it's the sewer secret room. I did keep 2 point channel rewards on for anybody. VIP is just like, that's non-invasive to the project, so I could be like, okay, we'll settle that later. But as far as I kept the deep dark secret on because I feel like if you have the money laying around, sure, it could come up in conversation. That's not too bad. I feel like that's cozy enough. You want to know something secret? I got another one lined up. Cozy? You'll let me go from the basement after the show, right? That chain's heavy. We'll discuss your release upon services rendered, Olga. Please, back in your cage. Do not talk before addressed. Good chatters are seen and not heard. Have you not heard that saying from your most abusive relative? Where are we sitting at? 7:53. We got some good time. So there you go. There's the jet takeoff. I just want that to be up front. Truly special thanks, because this is me up front. Special thanks to Olga and Felcun for wanting to do this, like on a 6 viewer Chicken McNobody's podcast, right? They saw my ragtag video crew, and they're like, yeah, I guess I'm fine with being on a YouTube video that will possibly be unlisted in 10 years. You know what I mean? That's really sweet, and I can't thank you guys enough for wanting to be here. So a little preface to the project tonight. I have been fizzing today in past couple of days. Like, I don't know why term number 1 of the contract was to not talk about the terms. Yeah, exactly. I've been fizzing today. Like, for the past couple of days, I've had coworkers come up to me, and they're like, hey, I just wanted to check on you. You look visibly nervous. And I'm like, first of all, that's not helping anything. Second of all, yeah, I guess my hands are a little sweaty. I'm white-knuckling my instruments, you know what I mean? I don't know why I was ever... I've never been nervous to pop up online, but this is like a bigger thing, you know what I mean? So, like, I just want to say, if I blanket in the moment, it's the heat of passion. It's a new project. We're feeling it out. We've got our fingers in the pudding, right? So, just you look nervous while you're wearing a hoodie and sunglasses inside. You look nervous. I just want to say, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for the support. We're gonna give it our best shot. See what happens. A little freeform jazz. Another cruel thing happened. I actually had, like, I wanted to keep, like, nice and tidy. I wanted to have, like, questions on my phone, because I was like, if I have them on my phone versus my computer, I'm not going to accidentally close out something and lose all that progress, because I do it all the time. So I was like, I'll put it in my notes. And then I lost that. So this conversation is going to be a little more conversational than originally intended, but that's okay. I kept it upstairs. I kept it upstairs. What can I say? I literally listen to other people interview people because I wanted to prepare. I was like, what does a good interviewer sound like? What are things I enjoy? What would I want to listen to? Like, I put a weird amount of, like, work into, like, what I wanted to sound like online for something that is, like, it could just be memey overall, which is fine too. We're really at the studio today. We're really shooting for the classiest Vice News video you've ever seen on YouTube, and then we'll probably land somewhere in, like, man on the street, Bourbon Street interviews, like, how drunk are you tonight, miss? Would you like $20 for answering question? You know, we'll land somewhere around there. But we're shooting for the classiest Vice News video. I don't know. Well, whatever the most professional one you've seen, that's probably where I want to be. And just recognize we'll be somewhere else. Somewhere in hell, deep down. So with that said, we gotta make the very last preparation. Land in the sewers. Yeah, exactly. So, I'm gonna send you back to the jazz ragtime music, I guess. Just for a second, so I could set up the appropriate reactives, and then we'll be good. We'll be goobers together. So listen to this. We're gonna skip Rodeo Rookie is the name of that track. What the frick? Field manual? That sounds reliable. There it is. That's more like it. Okay. We are leaving the space now. See, oh, okay, well, you can't hear it now. I gotta switch over. I'll see you soon. Hey, gamers, we're gonna do something really cool real quick. I hope you're cool with it. Room, look at this. Look at this cool little place. Let me turn off the jazz music. It is no longer necessary. As my lovely manager said, this is the scariest part in a private chat. And you wanna know why it's the scariest part? Because I thought I could do this little this method that I'm trying out behind the scenes, but since I don't have the transitional forecast privilege that Streamlabs gives, I have to do it after I switch. So we're gonna pop this up now. I'm gonna make it visible. Oh shit, there it is. Let's hold on, let me move you around, because you are no, that's everything else. Hey, look at that crowded restaurant. Just the two of us to have a conversation. I would like to introduce to you all someone who never fails to make me laugh. A wonderful pre-debut PNG tuber at the time. Please put your greasy paws together for Felcun. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. You know what's funny? That joke you just said didn't get broadcasted because I didn't turn it on. So.
No, I'm good. I'm glad.
For any of you wondering, that was horrible dad. Jeez, wow, what a way to kick it off. Am I right? So,
That's how I kick everything off. That was a horrible dad joke.
and that's why you're one of the first picks. You're my first round draft. Can you believe it? Here on
Yay!
here.
First draft pick. This is the first time I've been picked first for anything.
Well, there you go. You're first. You're in the part one too. Well, when Olga pops up on the part two, I will backtrack that statement because you're both my first guests. We'll
Yeah,
switch it
no, I
around for
totally
later.
understand.
Anyways, do you like the diner? I have the original promo that's so tiny that nobody could see it on a mobile version, so they won't know what's going on up there. But
I
I've got
love it.
Peter Griffin, and if nobody knows who this hatted man in the background is, you're probably an okay person. You're probably mentally well off, and that's good for you. Everybody, welcome in. This journey that I wanted to take with you is kind of a strange one because I didn't think I'd be like a talking fox online at any point in my life, right? I didn't think that would happen, and then I was sitting down one day starting this off as like without a cam, without a PNG tuber, and I saw Tony the Tiger of Frosted Flakes fame had a
Oh,
VTuber.
yeah.
I saw that and I was like, what? Is there something I'm missing? So I saw that and I was like, wow, I want to dig deep into the society. I want to be a part of this. If he could do it, and he was doing stuff like, what does pog mean? Is that the delicious taste you get from cinnamon frosted flakes? I was like, I want to do that. I want to do that right now. So thank you for being a little bit of a guinea pig. I've got kind of off the dome questions, and I've heard in our previous stream that you have some for me, and let me tell you, that put me into a state of psychosis. I've been sweating ever since you said that. I don't know.
They're not so much questions as they are just like topics, reminders.
Oh, please. Yeah,
The first one was I was supposed to greet you as Mafoxy.
Okay. Oh, ugh.
That didn't happen.
The ooze is in the air. Everybody cough. Get your handkerchiefs. Wipe off your hands. So, if you will, I gave a very shoddy intro, but why don't you introduce yourself, do a little twirl, let everybody know who you are.
Oh, sure. I can't twirl because I am merely a PNG tuber. However, I am my name's Felcun. I am a pre-debut VTuber, and I'm your like local chaos burb demon. And I like chaos. I like causing chaos, and my chat also causes lots of chaos. So if they show up here, just be careful.
I fully expect.
I already see one. Be careful of that one.
I see some Cretans lurking, and that's okay. Chat's not on, so you could go crazy, go wild, cyberbully me into crying live. That's what I actually encourage. But you said something
Just
there.
have another crying story.
That's right. I've got plenty. If anybody wants to redeem that deep dark secret, I've got like 60 more. So
I did go back and watch the VOD yesterday because I was like, I have to watch this VOD before the interview tomorrow.
so you can be up to date on the
So I can
shit
be
my
up to date on
pants
the
lore.
news. Yeah.
I regret being like vulnerable online because I just sit in bed and look at the ceiling and think, wow, there's a non-zero amount of people that know I shit my pants in New York City. So that's really epic. But the first thing, something I've been like thinking about for a while, and you said it in your intro there. I kind of want to talk about like the culture around pre-debut because when I started, I know so little, which probably not a great way to start into something. You're like, oh, I want to be a VTuber, but you don't know anything about it. I totally did that, and I kind of want to know like as far as pre-debut goes. What does that mean for you? Is there a universal meaning for like what someone in pre-debut state means, or is there like everybody has their own line in the sand?
All right, so I'm sure that there is like an official meaning. I don't know what it is. So I just like kind of take internet culture that I hear and see and I just adapt it to whatever I want it to be. So for me, I'm considering myself pre-debut because I don't have my actual like V2 model rigged at this point and I haven't done like a whole big reveal. Once I do a reveal, once I have it rigged and I'm, moving, that's when I'm going to kind of consider myself as like being official, having debuted.
Okay, yeah, and I love twisting internet culture to my own personal like ways. I'm like, this will work for me if it means like this. So the reason I was curious is I see a lot of people have like different versions of it, because like for me, like on the outside looking in, I always thought like the end goal was like, oh, it's live 2D, because that was the standard like whenever at some point in time. It's for some people it still is, but some people do 3D, some people do whatever. So I don't know what the new what the new VTuber meta is these days, but is it possible? Can you tell me what format your model is in, like 2D, 3D?
Yes, it's gonna be live 2D. I have the artist who actually did my character design is going to also be rigging in live 2D, so it'll be very similar to like what Spunky has. And I'll be moving around, but I'll look very similar to what I look like now.
Hell yeah, I love that out of the two of us, you'll be out of this like stricken PNG hell soon. You'll be moving around. You'll be free. You'll be unleashed.
I kind of like PNG hell. I mean, obviously, I have my little bird avatar that I also use in VTube Studio, but it's fun to just like mess around with everything. Like I've tried so many different things at this point. I have a button I can toggle my mask on and off, like stuff like that. It's fun.
You know,
you can do that live 2D too, but you know.
That's true. It's just a whole different ball game that I haven't even really looked into. But as far as like PNG hell goes, I think the ideal like in game for like what the model looks like is to like have something that moves, but then I can make like gags in PNG, because that's like quick. I just crank it out.
Yeah.
I draw a fox in 2.5 seconds, and he's he's talking that night. So like yeah, I agree with you saying like PNGs aren't so bad, and I feel like it's a subculture that could be explored. I don't know if that I'm the savant that's going to explore it, but it's cool to be a part of it for sure.
I definitely think that PNG tubing has gotten a lot bigger, like kind of more recently. I think there has always kind of been a culture of like a PNG tuber is not a real VTuber, but people are like acting against that or like talking against that more and just being like, you are a real VTuber, you know, it's legit. Like, there's nothing wrong with being a PNG tuber versus having a model that moves.
Yeah, especially
just
since
do whatever you want.
That too. That's something I'm very like these days. I used to be very cynical, but I think it's all about like whatever makes you happy, right? If it makes you happy, do it. And the barrier for entry for like having a model, especially if you're not like doing it yourself, besides the time invested, it's a lot of money. So so like PNG's totally valid. And I don't know if you caught like the same wave, like especially when I did like TikTok branding, which I do every once in a while, right? And I'll notice that like when I tried to tag PNG, like the first three options are like PNG tubers are cringe, being loud and annoying, being like fail moments, and I'm like, what am I like in like the pre-devastation era of PNG tubing? Because like I don't know what happened. I don't know if there is lore for why people hate PNG, like PNGs.
That just kind of makes me want to use those tags ironically. Like, all the time, just tag everything I do with just PNG tubers are cringe.
Or cringe,
like,
yeah.
Just like ironically using that.
I haven't gone down the pipeline of like what that tag entails, but like I was sitting there and I was like, could be fun to look at this, but if I go in there and I see like someone's just doing the same thing I'm doing, it's like same humor, I'll cry myself to sleep. So I'm just not gonna. Best leave that stone unturned.
I actually would probably be more likely to use the like PNG tuber epic fail on just like everything I do. Or just like tag epic fail on just for myself. That is my tag now.
First of all, I am 100% on board for anybody that likes using like 2010s terminology. So like when someone's like that was epic, I'm like, you're a good person and someone I can safely associate with, because like I don't know if you noticed in our personal communications, but I text like I DM or message like a concerned mother. Like I'm like, I don't know how this is going to come off, so I'll put a smiley face at the end, or I'll put the face with the sunglasses so that my belly is up, please.
So they know I'm being cool.
Yeah, they'll know that I'm a cool guy and I just want to hang out. So I'm sorry if that came off really strange.
No, not at all. I just love the like, just you like frantically putting like sunglasses emojis. Like, please think I'm cool, please.
Everything, it was either sunglass emoji at the end of a statement, or it was a reaction emoji to your comment, which is another decrepit boomer thing to do to somebody instead of just respond. But I'm sitting there and I'll just overthink it, and I'll start typing and I'm like, yeah, that's great, or yeah, you too, thanks, and then I'll just backspace 70 times and I'm like, sunglass emoji, that one's solid.
That'll be good enough. They'll figure out what that means.
They'll know that I'm kind of I'm a stoic kind of guy, keeps to himself. They'll have to come to me to figure out what's underneath. You know what I mean? Anyways, that's like I'm going off on a horribly mentally ill, brain rotted side path there. So
that sounds about right.
It's how it usually goes. But you know, let's talk about like when you got into the space. What kind of what tipped you in? Like for me, I stayed offline for many years, and I had some certain things that finally made me get in the pool. But what's your backstory? What's your relationship with this?
It's spunky, 100%. So I had actually done. So Spunky and I lived together. We're roommates. And I had actually done some flesh tubing a little bit before I got into VTubing. And so like I had my camera on and I would just like play games I wanted to play anyway and just see if anybody showed up. But I didn't do any sort of advertisement or anything like that. I was just gonna be like, you know, I don't want to necessarily grow. I just want like this to be a place my friends can come hang out if they want to. And then I just stopped doing that because it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I didn't get the creative fulfillment that I get with doing VTubing. And then after Spunky moved in, she had actually like gotten her avatar. It was almost ready to go and this and that. So she was setting up everything for streaming. And she kept asking me, she's like, do you want to be a VTuber? Do you want to be a VTuber? And I was like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, I'm not really planning to stream. Like, I'll stream with you, but I'm not really planning to get into it. And then it just like slowly became more and more like a thing I wanted to do. I was just having so much fun with her, and then like getting art of like this character I wanted to become. And then I was like, okay, I have to get it rigged. I have to like see Felcun move. And so I sometimes like to joke and call VTubing virus tubing because she just like infected me with it and just made it happen basically. And I love it. It's so much fun. It's such a good creative outlet. Like there's every aspect of it. You can just be so creative with it. And it's so fulfilling.
And being like a flesh tuber, which is I love that term. It's like a weird clap back to people that you feel like look down on you already, and you're like, fine, yeah, flesh tuber.
I stole that from Spunky too.
Well, there you go. The brain rot really does just transfer over like that, doesn't it? But like I thought about it, like just being a face online for a little bit, but I wanted to like converge like the artistic freedom and creativity and and kind of put that in the mix. And now I'm at a point where it's like if I want my face to be tied to this thing, it's like now or never, because like the whole dream debacle has really set all mediocre looking men reeling for the next 50 years. There's like no, if I have a following that's like more than 1,000 people, I'm gonna show my face and they're gonna be like, ew, stone him, kill him, beat him.
Bro, so average,
so disgusting.
Like you have to be either really really hot or like really really ugly. You cannot be average.
Yeah.
To reveal anymore.
Like if I'm like really on the bottom rung, that's why I'll come out and they're like, well, he's good at games. They're like, that's fine by me. Or if you're like a supermodel, then roll in your money. Congrats, you got it. Hit the lotto,
yeah,
which is good. I'm that's not me being like mauling over it. It's just I think that is cool that you can do that. I'm just a little bit of twinge of jealousy when I think that I can't do it. But
I love people who've done they'll do like real life stuff, but they have their face covered. There's one person I'm thinking of, but I can't remember. But Dream used to do stuff similar to that. where he would do like real life videos but have his face covered with a dream mask. And I love that because it's just like it's so corny, but it's like it's so funny. Like there's one guy who I cannot remember his name right now, but he wears like the Dark Souls like helmet in real life all the time.
Oh,
Just like
Swagger Souls.
Swagger Souls, yes. And it's like it's so funny. Because it's just it's like so out there.
I also really like that because like he's in that intermediate. First of all, I love that fucking helmet, incredible. But like also nobody's like fiending to like nobody's bullying him to take it off, right? They just accept that that's the character there, and that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure there's something. I feel like it's the normal amount everybody gets to like pressure reveal yourself, but
of course.
I feel like it's cool that for the most part, normal head screwed on tight chatters are like, yeah, that's cool. I like that. Express yourself.
It's people that have like people have to realize that when you're online, like you're a character. Like you have to decide what character you want to be, and kind of stick with that. You can change it at some point, but it's like it's not necessarily 100% you. It's a character. It's a persona that you're putting forward.
Yeah, and I guess I took a little bit of a detour there because like I make some heavy allusions to my real life, which is probably super super dangerous if I don't want to be known. But like that's actually a question I want to ask, because like with my approach to this online thing I do, it's like I just happen to be some guy that does this like, oh, I'm a fox on the weekends. Like, you know what I mean? Like how much have you like fleshed out Felcun's lore up to this point? Because I've only known you for the short time on more recent in your career path on Twitch and all. Like do you have projection to really roll more into the character going forwards, or is it like a loose relationship you have?
So I am planning to flesh out the lore like a bunch. I have all these ideas in my head of what I want the lore to be and like how I want the story to kind of go. Character wise, everybody tells me I'm very similar like in real life to how I act like online. The chaos loving is just that's just me. That's just part of me no matter what. I mean, obviously, like if you see me at work versus seeing me online, like I'm very different. But I love chaos. I love causing chaos. And just like I like to have the online like ability to really, really push into that. So it's almost more of an exaggeration of myself rather than a completely different personality or anything like that.
And I think that is like the perfect mix, because being online, I don't know if you felt this pressure coming into it, but it feels like you have to be like this hammed up online person, you know what I mean? Like not necessarily yourself. It's just like, what's up, gamers? This is Foxy445, and welcome to another.
Make sure you like and subscribe, and push that bell for notifications.
Hit that bell, and then a Titanic sounding bell like rings that came from like a free sound effect, gong, and your ears bust.
Gong, yeah.
And yeah, but like the best way that I could ever view it is like amplify yourself. Like you are interesting.
Exactly, yeah.
Just be yourself online, and it might be a character, but the more that you imbue, I think the happier you'll be in the long run. So I think that's a perfect approach to this, because I've definitely had some struggle. Like looking back, like when I did YouTube first, and looking, a lot of those videos are unlisted. They suck ass because like it was just me being like, today I'm actually cringe. I'm gonna divert. I'm not gonna talk about it. Maybe I'll bring it up at like a special some point in the future.
PNG tubers are cringe.
They are cringe, and they're not wrong because I am one. So how could they be wrong when I'm cringe?
Embrace the cringe.
Yeah, embrace it. Go on, move forwards. Is your going back a little bit, that when you started flesh tubing, is that era in your life, is that all connected to this Felcun account? Did it change over, or is that completely like you canned it, it's gone?
It's gone.
Oh, okay, all right. I was curious.
It's gone.
Because I had some videos in the past too that's like, it's different from like the beginning of like that channel, because it's like, oh, this is the start of that. I guess if people won't watch that, that's fine. But like the other stuff, when I was like,
my oldest videos that I have, or my oldest clips and stuff like that, are all from when I was PNG tubing, which is really old, like commissioned art I had of my Final Fantasy 14 character. Like that's the oldest stuff you'll find is.
Oh,
Is
okay.
that.
Kind of the the whispers to what's to come. You left that like this is the PNG turnover.
Yeah.
So for you, I'm struggling with this right now, and I want to use this like space to kind of like figure out what I want for myself as well. So like when you think of like projection for your channel, your content, you in general, what how do you define like your success? Like where do you want to be, whether it be content you make, subscribers you have, whatever metric you measure by, what do you think you'll feel like I've made it?
So I feel like I set my goals kind of low for myself. Having the live 2D model is like my biggest thing, of having that and having an active community that I'm interacting with, that people are coming by my streams and watching and hanging out and things like that. That to me is where I feel like I'm successful. I don't care so much about like, I mean, obviously I care about the numbers, but I don't want to be someone that has thousands and thousands of people in chat all at once, and that I can't even look at chat and like read and like interact with people. I still want to have people that I'm interacting with. I just want to have like a community of people that we're just hanging out together and we're just enjoying being in each other's company. That's kind of where I'm at. So it's like, a couple hundred, like sure, that would be awesome, but if once it gets up to like the thousands, like you see people's chats just flying, and I'm like, that's so terrifying.
There are people I watch that like that are in that category. They're like 1,500 average viewers that like when you start to really explode, and like the only thing you could ever decipher if you're just looking at chat is like when something happens and everybody spams the same emote. You're like, oh, chat is feeling
Right.
angry right now. Like it's an amalgam of emotion. Do you think that like let's say we all work, and I'm optimistic. I think we're all gonna make it. All my friends are getting to the top. You know what I mean?
I totally agree.
I ain't worried about that. But do you think when you get to that point, do you think you'll just like accept this is how it is? Is there anything you would implement like to keep it more personal at some point? Because I personally don't know how to counteract that like chaos as it comes. I guess.
I don't think so. I think the thing that would kind of scare me a little bit is if all of a sudden like I exploded. Like if for some reason I went viral, or for some reason some huge like VTuber rated me, and then I had like thousands of people in chat and I get all these follows, and like it becomes huge suddenly. I think that really scares me. I know that's good for a lot of people. That's what they want. That's perfect. But for me, like I like the slow, steady growth, because as new people come in and they're chatting, I want to get to know people. And it's like the more and more people that are there, the more I'll know people and I'll be able to chat. And yeah, chat might go a little bit faster, but if it's like, I don't know like any of these names in chat, I know like one or two people, like that's when it would just be like, that's way too much. But I don't think there's really any way to like counteract it other than just, be bad.
Yeah, I guess
Just be
that's fair.
someone no one wants to watch.
Man, I'm doing a damn fine job at that. I'm set for life, in my opinion. I just have the slow roll chat I've always wanted. But I also fear like like somebody comes in and you're like, oh shit, I got raided because someone was feeling generous and they dropped their 10,000 hooligans on my chat.
Right.
And now I got to babysit.
I gotta babysit 10,000 like small children. What the heck?
Because I'm sure like
That's true. Pokimane is subscribed to you though.
yeah, Pokimane, T-Pain, Amaranth, Joe
Yeah,
Rogan.
maybe.
I've got an A list of subscribers.
You do.
I don't know how I'm not blowing up right now. Honestly, I just got off watching the Joe Rogan isolation tank videos from 14 years ago, and I was like, I should take inspiration from this so I could be just like him. But I think the worst fear, and this is like totally a greedy monetary kind of fear, but like along with that explosive growth, I'm not so much afraid of like not being able to handle like all the different people that have like a different Twitch culture already ingrained in them. I'm super afraid of like you just you're a flash in the pan. Like you've gotten ruined because they came along and they're like, oh, whatever, I know that guy. I don't care anymore.
Right.
And you just kind of like dwindle out. I think some people have beaten it pretty well, but it's just I don't know if I could be the one that like perseveres past it unless I'm just in their like hype beast friend group or something, you know.
Right.
So totally fair opinion for you to have on like that instant raid thing, which kind of leads me into the dark side of all of this all, which is like I find myself even at this level, like I'll have bad days for sure, like whether it be I feel like I'm not performing well, or like something happens in my own community that really bums me out. Is there like do you find it do you have parts in time where like you struggle with certain aspects of streaming? Is there anything that really like can kind of bum you out at the end of the day, I guess?
So I definitely have had streams where I'll end stream and I'm just like, that one didn't feel great. I didn't feel very entertaining. Like the gameplay or whatever I was doing was not that great. We didn't have really anything interesting happen. But it's kind of like, oh well, that was that one. That's past now. And then I just push forward into the next one, because the hardest thing for me, some like on days when I'm having, especially maybe like a mentally harder day, but I'm like, I want to stream, is actually hitting that go live button, like sitting down, getting everything set up, and then being like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna go live now. That's the hardest part for me. It's like once I'm in there and I'm talking with chat and I'm playing a video game or drawing or doing whatever, like it's super fun and it's super easy to just keep going for a while. But like making that decision to actually like sit down and go live is the hardest part.
Yeah,
Because there's always like this, what if nobody shows up?
oh my god, all the time too. I'm like, I'm streaming at like 2 seconds off from where I'm normally am. Nobody's gonna come. I'm just gonna I'm gonna burn out real quick.
Be alone there by myself.
And I've like incorporated. I'm trying to be better about this because like I notice how much more fun I have when there's like an active chat like going on. That like when there are lurkers are so valuable because that's like the population of most big streams. So like all the love in the world to lurkers, love you to death. Mwah, kiss on your forehead. But I noticed that like if I have a lot of people watching but there's not like anybody really talking, like I'll burn out really quickly, like because like I could talk to myself, but
trying to keep that energy up of like being interesting when no one's really talking is very difficult.
Yeah, because like sometimes I feel like a fraud because I'm like, chat made that video, that was sick. They made content for me. I really like that about them. Like 2 days ago, you guys subbing to famous people. I didn't even have to try that day. I was just
well, everyone needed to make sure Pokimane and T-Pain and Ninja heard your shit in your pants story. So.
They heard my shit in my pants story. They know that I'm possibly affiliated with Boston Market. Nobody really knows my ties.
No one really knows.
I just happen to have the command. And by the way, anybody chat talking to yourself right now and having a good time, please go to use exclamation point Boston Market to go to the Twitter page for some reason. I decided that was a really good business move.
Don't look at the food pictures though.
Don't do that. Don't even think about looking anywhere else. Look at the happy people smiling in the restaurant.
Look at the people.
Look at the people.
Don't look at the food. You won't want to eat Boston Market anymore.
There will be a picture of somebody holding a fork to their mouth. Just think of the happy face. Don't think of what's on it or anything like that. Now, if in like 6 months I have any substantial following and Boston Market gets wind of this, I know that there's going to be people with like nightsticks at my house. They're going to be like, "What'd you say about Boston Market?" I'm like, "No, I really like I really like the Swedish meatballs." And they're like, "Yeah, not good enough."
What did you say about our food photos?
They're like, "Why do you have a file on your computer called defiled chicken?" And it's a photo from our restaurant. And then they're gonna just choke me and start hitting me over the head. So I'm glad I've made my bed there.
The Boston Market posse is gonna come after you.
I don't know who runs the Boston Market Twitter page, but I think I've already made it. I like to think that they know who I am now, because like I'm sure there was I'm sure their analytics on Twitter is like 98 people viewed your post today, and then like on one day of the week it's like 108 people viewed your post today, and they're like, where's this extra traffic coming from?
10 of them came from this weird Twitch channel.
So apparently they followed a link from Nightbot. I wonder how that happened. So I'm sure that I'll meet my maker one day, probably sooner than the rest of you guys. But
that's when you know you made it, though.
That's when
I'm marketing's knocking.
You know that that saying. They're like, you've made it as a journalist when you end up on like a page in the paper. It's my version. It's like, I made it when Boston Market has come to collect. That's my day. When there's a paper that an apartment in southern United States has exploded, we all know who did it. I just want to put that out there if anybody wants to investigate. Any classy Vice News articles that want to go in deep on that one, please. I've noticed that when I started online, shit's hard, like networking, like just meeting other people that want to like say hi or talk. It could be difficult because like being a nobody, it sure is tough these days to be a nobody. But I noticed that like I love the little crew that you, Spunky, Vaughn, Shelby, I'm probably missing a lot of people, Rito. I really love that group that you guys have going on, like the little Pico Park collabs, the little birthday streams.
Oh yeah.
Like how give me the Avengers Assemble lore on that. I want to know like how this group came together.
Oh my god. Okay, well, some people I honestly cannot remember how we got to them. It probably was like a raid, and I'm like, I like this person. I'm gonna follow them now and talk to them. But for the majority of people that I stream with a lot, Spunky had actually been invited to the huge Among Us collab, and like they were all there. So like that's where like Pixel Kitten and Hero and probably other people I'm forgetting to mention that we hang out with still. I'm just looking at Smokey and she's just like looking at me. Like, all right.
Write the script faster, Spunky. Come on.
hurry. I don't see your messages. Yeah, Mochi was in that. Strawberry, yes, Strawberry. Wait, was Strawberry in? No, Strawberry wasn't in that. Spunky knew Strawberry separately. But so I met a bunch of them like kind of through that, or like knew of a bunch of them, and then just started like raiding their channels whenever I would finish, or just popping into their chat whenever I could, and things like that. I remember specifically for Rito, I can't remember whose chat we came from, but I was watching someone and then they raided Rito and I made him do the Ada redeem. And I was just like, and this guy's getting a subscription. And like I just started, talking to him more and more from there. So it was really just stuff like that. And that's actually one of my favorite things is when a new chatter like comes along and then maybe they find you just because of the game you're playing or whatever, but then you play a different game next time and they're there again and they're still chatting. It's just like, yay, we have a new friend. Like I love that.
Oh, I adore that. Like it's like not just like is somebody else in chat, because that's always exciting, but like, oh, I won you over. You're here for like another set of hours out of your time. Like,
are you coming back?
you really wanted
sunglasses emoji?
Sunglasses emoji. I just reacted. All right, do you really think I'm cool and not just this game I'm playing? That nobody's playing on Twitch right now and you have no other choice?
I'm the top streamer for this game. I have one viewer.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's
yeah, sunglasses emoji. Hell yeah.
That one viewer in a category, I definitely had that a couple times. Very early on, I streamed like one of the not popular anime mahjong games, and like one guy came in. I remember his name, but I won't put it out there just in case he cares about that. But he came in and like I could tell it was not me that was winning this guy over. He's like he would come in and I would be playing. I was like, oh, welcome in, whoever, and then he'd be like, that's an interesting hand you're running, and I'm like, I don't even know how to play this game, dude. That's
That's what's like wild to me about sometimes when you're playing like certain games and people come in for that game, they're just like, you're not playing it well. And I'm like, I don't play any video game well.
That's the thing.
I know.
Dude, I'm a PNG on the internet. You think I'm Ninja or something? I'd be at like tournaments right now, dog. It's 2 a.m. I don't know what to tell you. So yeah, just the interesting people that the places you'll go, Dr. Seuss or whatever, you know,
Yeah.
the people you meet.
I love that.
If you could. Because, like, I could think of a billion things I'd tell myself a lot earlier. Like, if I wanted to start, or, like, at the times where I was thinking about starting, like, an online presence, I could think of possibly a million things that I'd tell myself. But, you know, if you could go to that point where you're like, oh, I want to be online, or maybe you wanted to start earlier on certain things, what do you think you'd say at this point in time, knowing what you know now?
My biggest thing would be just, like, if you want to get into streaming or you want to get into doing YouTube videos, anything like that, just sit down and do it. It doesn't have to be end to end. You don't have to go live that day, but like do something to build towards it. Set up your OBS, set up a scene in OBS, you know, things like that. Just do something so that you're not just going to keep pushing it off. But then the other piece of it is like, you don't need to have a high-end computer. You don't need to have a high-end microphone. You don't need to have a, $1,000 like PNG or live 2D model to start. If you wanna do that, but don't let like the money or the time that it takes to get those things be a constraint to you starting. Like, just get out there and do it.
And I can certainly double the the expensive assets thing, because like I have a hundred, like a very pricey drawing tablet on my desk that says it will not make you draw better. That's my review of having this. I have it. I adore it, by the way, because like right now I'm using it as a fucking second screen. It's like I use it as a paperweight and a screen for OBS on occasion. And when Zeltos really wants to motivate me, he'll redeem drawing things, so I have to actually do the thing I said I was going to do, right? So I reckon at this point in time, I wanted to keep this interview kind of like we kind of focus on just like the VTubing culture and such, and I think it's like a wonderful insight to have you on and see your perspective on that, because I'm like floundering half the time as to what's going on here. So
Oh, you're doing great. You're my little pog champ.
Oh, that you see? Look, it came full circle. If you weren't here the other day, I'm not going to explain it. You're just watch the VOD, I guess. Watch
the VOD. Do it.
Yeah, that's right. Don't forget to pay out her pog. Well, wait, hold on. We decided on this. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? You're the one that had the big boy money. You had 2 pog champs. You redeemed one just now. Do you want to do the other?
No, I got 3 of them because somebody kept refunding me.
So
I just kept redeeming it. So I have 3 altogether, and 2 of them are for me, and 1 of them was for you. And you already did mine.
Oh, okay. So we have 1 unaccounted for. You could slip it in.
We have 1 unaccounted pog champ.
Yeah, that's anytime you want to do it. I'm not forcing you to do it now. I just wanted to audit our pog champs on the table, make sure that everything's accounted for.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep that one in my pocket for a little while.
Okay, that's fine. You could keep it till you could call me when I'm 80 and redeem that if you want. I don't care. And I'm gonna hear him be like,
say it now because that would count.
That's right. Okay. So I reckon we're in the transitional part. So I want to get to your questions, since I guess that could be a part of this. If you want to, I'm a pop-up book as far as this goes. I talk and ramble. Anything you want. This is your time, please.
Sure. Okay. So first of all, thank you, of course, for inviting me on here. Like, this is so much fun. I've been loving watching your streams. I like Spunky and I are laughing constantly when we're watching your streams. And
thank you so much.
the other thing I want to thank you for is you've really distracted Spunky away from like aiming all her gift stubs and stuff at me. She sends them to you now, so I really want to thank you for that as well. She likes to, bug you in your chat a lot more than me now. So thanks for that one.
Oh, of course. Anytime, please. If you have any unwanted subs that you're getting, please. I'm your man. No worries.
Oh, yeah, there we go again.
What the fuck? Stop! No,
I love it.
Spunky, save your money. Buy yourself the hostess this week. I'm so full. God. Sorry to cut you off.
She got the number saved on her computer, Ren. There's no hiding that credit card. And then the one question I had is, what is your least favorite Boston Market meal?
Wow. Yeah, you're not holding back, are you? This is gonna be.
I'm really trying to get Boston Market to come at you. I'm gonna clip this one.
Oh fuck. This is gonna be kind of a rant, actually, if you don't mind. Because
yeah, please.
I am not a day goes by that I'm not. Oh wow, okay, that goes off apparently. So not a day that goes by that I am horrifically appalled by what Boston Market has done with their Salisbury steak, which is supposed to be the most neutral microwave frozen meal on the planet, but Boston Market got their team of scientists together to ruin it for everybody. And like when I go to the store, I did this the other day, and it was the first time I was like, I haven't had Boston Market in forever. It's a fucking $5 frozen meal. I'm balling today. So I get the Salisbury steak that comes with 2 patties, and it has gravy, and they call I forgot what it's big spiral noodles, which is an insane thing to have for mac and cheese, by the way. But I was like,
yeah.
I was like, you know what? Whatever. Let them cook. I'll let them do their job. And I took it home, and I cooked this thing. You have to cook it twice, by the way. You got to stir shit around, which is already a bother on my end. I want it to. If it has to be soggy, it's got to be soggy. Fuck it. Do it in one. I don't care. And I get this dumbass Salisbury steak meal, and I open it up, and this mac and cheese is an affront. If there's a god, it's an affront to him, because like when you put this thing in your mouth, it is wet like water and tastes like nothing. But that noodle tastes like if you soaked like I don't know, like a piece of honey wheat toast in boiling water for 2 hours. That's what that tastes. And it slides down your throat, and it burns every single cell of your body as it goes down. I hate that stupid fucking mac and cheese. Boston Market, I don't know who you hired to piss me off, but you did a goddamn fine job at doing it. And with that Salisbury steak is like the peanut butter and jelly for frozen meals. Like, you can go to Banquet and you could get $5. You can get like the family pack 8 value, and it tastes like Salisbury steak. That's fine. But Boston Market was like, what if? Hear me out, team of scientists. What if we put 2 patties in there to get their hopes up, but we made both of them taste like particle board in an elementary school soaked with fucking milk. That's what it tastes like. It has the consistency of milk, and it tastes like you're eating like off a board, like something like, oh, I did well this week. Mom pinned my crayon drawing to this board that we have in the hallway. If I took a chunk off of that and I ate that and I aspirated and I started coughing up pieces of particle board, that's what that would taste like.
That's what they used to make this Elder.
That's what they made to make this absolute monstrosity. I don't know what Dr. Frankenstein was trying to accomplish with this Boston Market meal that they have, but I am beyond disgusted by what they chose to do to me personally, because I know that they knew I was going to the store that day to get this. Maybe I have this like the moon landing is fake theory about Boston Market, that I think the Salisbury steak probably tastes fine, but they made that one just for me.
Your one out for milk-soaked particle board.
Yeah, they were like they were rubbing their hands together, and they're like, "Hee, have you ever wanted to keel over after one Boston Market meal? This guy's going to." And oh god, it makes me think of one time. I'm going to describe the texture with something else that really really happened to me in first year of high school. We had a lunch line that was technically, it was like $2.50 for lunch, and if you wanted, you could upgrade your like boxed milk for red diamond tea, which Pog. I'm a big tea fan. So, but that was a $2.50 upcharge, by the way. So I'm doing I'm doing $5. Like my parents were like, "Why you always run out of like money for school?" I'm like, the economy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And they're like, all right, whatever. Here's $20 to hold you over for 4 days in total. And I would go and I'd get this red diamond tea. And one day I got this tea, and I'm like one of the only people in the school that like bought tea for some reason, even though we're Southern bred. I don't know why I'm the only one doing it. And I open it up and we're goofy
because it was $2.50.
It was $2.50, and we're not super great at the money there, but I took a sip of it and it had the consistency of milk. It was expired by 3 months. I don't know how it got onto me, but it was tough.
They saved that one in the back just for you.
Oh, yeah, they definitely did. I'm gonna go ahead and transition off here. I really appreciate that you came by and hung out with me for a little while.
Of course.
I adore you for it, truly. I'm gonna head backstage and repowder my nose, check on a couple things. Please, this is an invite in the future. If you ever want me to be a warm body in a seat for anything, I got your back. This means the world to me that you would come out and do this for me. So anything you want, please. By the way.
Awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely. We're gonna transition off. Have a wonderful night. I will see you in your next stream, I think. Absolutely.
You as well.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. See you, Fel.
Bye.
All right. And I drugged myself. Okay, so I'm in a different room. I'm gonna go to a BRB real quick. I'm going to check on the background stuff, and we will talk here in a sec. I'm gonna put your little cozy time music on, and I will see you soon. What is up? Hello, everybody. Quick turnaround there. I have to do same verse or second verse. Same second verse, same as verse. Use the fucking browser source. Have to do this in real time. So there's that copied. Get the new property open. Paste, and we should have Olga in the building really big, but let me turn you down a little bit. There we go. Okay. For our next segment here, we have another person in the tubing community that absolutely never ceases to make me laugh. I'm literally like bundled up in cozy covers, like cozy clothes. Each time I like watch one of their streams, I watch the Blind Prophet, and that was just an amazing time. And they just have tons of cool games they get into, and they're a funny personality. So without further ado, please welcome OlgaOkami. Welcome in.
Thank you. Blind Prophet was a really great game. I don't know. I'm mostly a really cringy person in real life and in conversation, as you noticed already. So that sort of serious game with interesting art style. It's not really new, but I like to find some deep indie shit and just go it. Just go inside. Just do it.
Just rip it apart.
Yeah.
And that's like one of the things I love about your streams. Like I would have never stumbled across it myself. And like looking at, like you said, the art style for that game, it's like a certain brand of like kind of sketchy and messy, but super well put together in this comic form that they have up. It was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, okay, that's inspiration I'm gonna tuck in my back pocket. So the fact that your channel is kind of like a also kind of like a megaphone for these sorts of games for me as well, because this is the first time I would have seen it. I think is really cool. So without further ado, let's get into it. I had a little mistake. I'm going to let the chat know about this. I ran over my previous time slot, so we have a lot less time here to spend with Olga. So I want to go ahead and apologize up front about that. So we're going to just get right into it, hit all the high notes.
Hey, it's absolutely fine. As I said, you know me, I'm not a drama queen, so it happens. So we're rolling it first time. We don't know what to expect. We doing everything impromptu on the way, so that happens. That's fine. So, who I am? I am a Vtuber. We tried to roll my 3D model on this stream, but right now my internet sus me, so you see me in a classic PNG form. So unfortunately, all from my 3D cringe that I can offer to you, that's sort of shorts and other stuff that we can bring here. But generally, what I'm doing, I roll in Veroid Studio, creating some base that will have similar style to the game, refine it at Unity, and run it in Vinyan. Vinyan is awesome program that's making you able to interact with the chat, that's making you able through WebSockets, a rolling command on your Stream Deck. If I want to use a blend shape, I mash in button on the Stream Deck. If I want to call some interaction that I set it up as redeems on object logic programming language, I'm just mashing a button and it's sending a command and it works. That's the thing that I like in 3D models and how it works. Everything around VTubers, mostly around live 2D, because you know, everyone loves anime girls. Everyone.
Couldn't agree more. First of all,
base department. So yeah, but same time, 3D models offer you some possibilities to do some extra cringe, extra shit, and you limited only by your imagination. And I am a person who have a very, very sick imagination. So that's why you have something like my last short on YouTube. I mean, shorts on YouTube, that's a cringe by definition. I mean, it's YouTube who trying to be a TikTok. I mean, come on.
we all get there some way. You know what I mean? I've done it too. So
exactly. How do you do, fellow TikTokers? Yep.
yeah, exactly. When I go in, I'm like, here's something that you would have seen like 3 months ago if you were on TikTok. So here you go, feed it, hand spoon fed to you.
Exactly. Yeah, you bring me on a talking show, and I'm kind of sort of a radio, and I feel like I literally don't give any word to you.
No, you're good. The one thing I want out of this is for the guests to be displayed. At the end of the day, I'm just a peripheral. So if I talk, fine. But what I want is for you to be able to express yourself. And here's a question that might help. So I've noticed that like it's incredible how fast you turn assets around. And I just want to know, like, first of all, how long have you been tubing in general? And then like how long have you taken to like learn what you know now?
I rolled in at last year's summer. Um, I decided like, okay, I moved to another country. I need to work on my cringy accent, as you hear. Almost nothing changed, but anyway, I decided that I need to talk, but with what people, with whom? And I decided, okay, I have much of time. I can start a broadcasting, and I just recorded myself, listened myself, and happily I had no firearm at home. So I survived that level of cringe, and I decided, no, 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 no one should see my face, at least now, because I felt myself really unsafe. And using 3D model give me an opportunity to don't feel shy, don't be extremely nervous, because I covered by a 3D model that's moving as me, that's interact as I wanted to, but it's not opening me completely. So that's sort of a protection, and I love it. And other way, it giving much more possibilities, like all of this cringe interaction, throwing shit, and other stuff. That's why it's funny. And anyway, another thing that's made me interested into it, when you need to customize your model. You are able to create a base based at some Vtuber Studio or other pretty comfy simply program. But if you want to customize it, if you want to make it different from a base, you need to work with textures, you need to work with Unity, you need to refine tools like blend shape and other stuff that's making you able to change something in your base. And yeah, Unity became my main tool at this thing. Because all blend shapes that I created exactly in Unity. I like this. I like this process, and it's really making me an opportunity to do not completely dry my need brain. Because right now, I really feel that I need something new. You having a new tutorial, you having a new information, you just crawling in some community, you learning, you see tutorials, you try to recreate this. And if it works, here you go, your dopamine. And that's pretty nice. If we talk about feeling that you made something, you created something, and of course you feel sort of good because you see a progress. And the most to my taste wonderful part of experience of this half year being online, uh, it's a people. It's the people. I heard many and so many really horrible stories that people was facing hate raids and other really nasty stuff, but nothing like this happened to me. I saw strange persons sometimes, yeah, but they just come in, looking, do some cringe, and they realize that I'm not the personality that they will like, and they just roll out. That's natural. No one can be able to be perfect to everyone. No one. So that's a natural process. But what I want to say, I met only people who was really positive, really supportive, and as you hear me, I communicate a little bit as old computer. Sometimes I need to take a break. You hear, the slow but loud window error sound. That still happens to me because I have much of reading experience. I have some text experience, but real conversation, it's still much new thing to me. That's why I sometimes really having heavy loads, but that's an experience, only experience. And that's cool that internet give you such a possibility to go inside and face other people. That's awesome.
I think it's incredible too. Considering you're completely self-taught, right? It's just all internet videos and such. Well, I mean, I guess this now that I'm hearing myself say that out loud, this is like one of the niches where you only do that. So it's incredible. So let me rephrase. It's incredible that you've come so far, and like last summer is when you started. You said that. I think that's like you're turning out models. Like I said, like a new one for each game, which I stutter. My mind is making the Windows error sound even thinking about doing that at this point in time. So
whoa, no. In reality, it really sounds horrible. Like I create a new model for each game. But I have some lazy brain and lazy ass, and it's really buff. It's really blessing because you know what I've done. Uh, uh, I creating some base outfit and base stuff at Bureau that I wanna in game. I export it to Unity, and on my Stream Deck, I have buttons that literally programmed like a macros to import same actions to add needed blend shapes to everyone. And I'm literally sitting on my lazy ass and pressing fucking buttons. Just pressing. One, two, next, and adding all information. That's a cool thing about any standardization that you can do if in your actions. That's a perfect thing when uh, flashback is free and the machines are working.
yeah. And for anybody that wants to like try this out and is like, I don't know what video to watch or what program to use, Olga's done that work for you because we already have like an ongoing thread in my Discord, plug for my own Discord, but where Olga laid it out for me, like step by step on just getting started. So if you want a resource like that, it is there in several different threads. I'll have to pin them because they're super helpful and very well thought out and easy to follow. The only reason I'm not using one now is because this is true. The one day that I debuted like the model that I had started working on through like the steps that you sent me, my computer just it almost turned itself off. It like yeah, I realized that I'm being phased out of the tech loop like slowly.
That happens to any. I mean, I feel it as a person who broadcasting from a frying pan that from some god's mistakes was called a laptop. It's overheating and every stuff. That's pretty understandable to me. But anyway, at 3D there is pretty rough to start. You feel like you're trying to drink from fire hydrants. Yes.
Yeah.
But honestly, when you starting to dig inside, when you starting to realize how it works, when you realize how basic mechanic works, that became much easier to you. Honestly, 3D Vtubing is a next level of body horror. Because, for example, my models usually have I tried usually have 6 faces, I mean physical faces, and 4 pair of eyes. And how Unity controls this? I'm setting up coordinates for a blend shape. If I wanna some shadow on my face, I bringing coordinates of this face that physically sew baked inside my model. If I wanna another eye iris texture, coordinates. So that sounds difficult, but in reality, not so much. I am still an amateur. I'm learning on my way. I'm doing many mistakes. Sometimes I really producing something that's scream on me from a screen, and with words, God left me unfinished. That happens. That's normal thing. But same time, I got an experience and I learning on these mistakes. I'm rolling on. I changing something. I'm bringing something something new. And honestly, I wanna say to anyone, if you wanna check out 3D possibilities, check out free software, absolutely free, that called Vinyan. Suvidriel, awesome author of this software, that created many stuff and many wonderful tutorials. Also, tutorials awesome too. I learn on these tutorials. And this person, so awesome, so really doing this for free for people who will use this. Because many VTubers act like very, very much internet Karen. If we talk about any question like, oh, how it's work, how it's made, and that's not so cool. I mean, okay, you can keep your secret. That's understandable. Not everyone wants to be open, but same time, some really awesome and open people like Suvidriel exists, and they making all of this much more accessible. If before this year you was able to broadcast your emotions only with the physical trackers, right now through Winyan, I don't know, maybe someone remember this, maybe someone know. Before there was some software and projects called Miku Miku Dance. With many 3D models, you was able to create camera rolls, movements, and everything like this. So Vinyan right now have an access to read these files. What that mean? You can pin any movement, any camera roll of your model to some triggers. Trigger can be any chat command, channel points, subscription, follow, WebSocket as me like Stream Deck. That sounds amazing from tech side, being honest. It's really giving so much potential action, so much freedom. And one thing you are really limited in, it's a time, unfortunately. That's why I don't just going inside Miku Miku Dance to learn and this too. But I feel like I'm getting close to this point, dangerously close, because I like experimenting. I like have some questionable results sometimes, but same time it's a result. That's a thing that's making you able to learn something, to do something more. And what I want to ask you, so about your 3D model, do you will okay, my grammar is a crime against humanity. I
No,
really feel sometimes I feel like it's really easier to me make my grammar even worse and use it like a personal weapon. Like people will die from cringe and broken spines. That's perfect. I mean, I will be extra dangerous. So
you're sending out the shutdown commands in my mind right now. I'm sure you're about to get on it.
So yeah, if we talk about your 3D model, we already have a joke that we need something like a giant dildo, and command to do a slap.
Yeah.
We really need to do this,
Please, I encourage it more than anything. As long as it's not going to get the Twitch like goon squad at my door.
No. That's okay. We can add some, at censorship, so it will be fine. It will be fine. Also, that as the texture filter can be added.
Oh, even better.
Possible. Even better.
It should have like sensor lines that bounce.
Command that will be right right before a deep dark secret, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. We'll put it up there. We'll make it like 20,000 redeem, but it will go on for like 20 minutes. Make it worth it.
Also, we talk about movements. We talk about 3D. May I ask you to roll my shorts from YouTube if it's possible now, if it's comfy to you, because I'm talking about experience. I'm talking about Miku Miku dance animation and everything like this, and I am unable to perform it right now because I really plan to, but my internet really being an ass to me today. For some reasons, it happened in Texas for 3 or 4 days after ice storm. But yeah, we have what we have, unfortunately.
No, that is completely okay. I have it up now. I just need to create a quick source.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to show it off because I want people to see what we're talking about. It's truly
so. Yeah, for a moment I will explain how it's made.
okay.
That's a model that ran in Vinyan, and I have a redeem inside that launch Miku Miku dance command and camera motion. It's triggerable from a button on a Stream Deck. It can be launched from subscription, from anything what you want. So just really free cringe.
Free indeed. Okay. You can see the professional streamer moments happening right now.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Don't worry, because honestly, about free cringe, we have a talking show. But if someone will broke a spine, please don't don't send me your lawsuits.
Please God. Hey, all right, here we go. Now it is super ambiance. Now you can see that it is now viewer movie time. So please, I'll let this play real quick. Oh God, let me get a full screen for this. Please don't do this to me.
No, it will be like this. It's shorts.
Oh God, shorts. Oh, all right, that's fine. All right, as long as it's unmuted, which who knows. There it is. All right, check it out.
So, yeah, that is the main thing about my sanity level.
Sorry, YouTube Shorts is giving me a headache.
That's everything. Everything that you should know about my sanity level. So yeah, mostly, what usually Vtubers able to do? Some limited actions, some limited assets, some limited information, and now there are so many open possibilities without people for people who without any tech, I mean physical tech stuff, like AR kits, like any other body tracking tech. That's awesome. I mean, I when I will finally on board, I bet I will launch something like this just for a subscription or some, I don't know, cringy animation with me and with air balloons under my t-shirts or sort of like this, because honestly I am a person who not trying to act like a waifu, like an ooh and other stuff. I just can't. I mean, I'm your buddy in a dirty t-shirt with the pizza stains, who are really giggling with you around some weirdy autistic shit. So that's me. That's really me.
And that's what we love about you. And I was actually going to ask, I think this is a good way to go into it, that I could tell you just the way you talk about it in the chats that you've had before. You are so passionate about all the software and it being free is incredible. First of all, that anybody can just jump into it. I was gonna say, well, as your career path with Twitch and your relationship goes forwards, do you think you'll ever depart focusing mainly on possibly going into the developer pipeline, or are you just going to more like showcase new tools and such on your channel? What do you think your relationship with that as you move forward might look like?
I like, why not both? Like, I'm already trying to place my ass at least on 3 chairs in meaning like Vero Studio, Unity, another tools like HANA tool, like Vinyan and other stuff. When you are going to Vtubing, you really need to dig around if you want to create, if you want to create by yourself. That's absolutely fine to do some commission if you just don't want to go inside everything like this. But I just decided if I'm able to go into this, if I have possibilities and opportunities like time to waste and a broken spine from cringe, so I have a potential. That's why I decided kind of why not. And if channel will be bigger, I think I will be sort of in the middle. Like you are creating stuff by yourself, you are much into tech stuff that's going on, but you mostly stays as a broadcaster because it really helps me. It's made me more confident. Honestly, I was really shy about my accent, but many people just rolled in and say, "Hey, that's not cringe. That sounds even cute. Why you worry about this?" And I was like, "Wow, oh shit, whoa, heavy breathing." That's that's what I call like supportive people. Very, very friendly, very, very supportive. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's why I talk that I got only a positive experience on the Twitch, being honest.
That's on. Hey, and more power to you, because I think definitely are people that get the short end of the stick, but I feel very fortunate as well, because like a lot of people that have come through have been super nice. You're one of the people that came through for me at one point. I remember I just opened up my OBS and I was like, Olga followed it. First of all, that's a power play, following in the off hours. I was like, they don't need the validation, and that's where they're the stronger viewer. They just came through and they're like, I'll stick around. So I guess maybe you saw a tweet or something. I don't know how you found me in the first place, but I am so thankful that you did come, because then I found your stream, which is just I adore it. I love being there. I'm a chronic lurker, unfortunately, so I don't often pop up as like a talking head, which I know helps, so I'm sorry about that. But I cannot say enough good things about your and Fel's channels, of course. So please, like, you're so knowledgeable about what you do. I love it.
I want to thank you, Keanu Reeves moment, for providing a perfect space for jokes, for cringy, dark jokes. Because, when you're going inside a new community, sometimes you're facing people who really acting like a drama if you making some pretty innocent joke, like, and it really looks like, oh, baby's all the way kicking a pregnant woman, but one eye. So
right.
So yeah, I really much appreciate your humor, your charisma. It really I really feel that you work on it because you have a great talking skills. You have a nice speech and good voice, and it's perfect tool for broadcasting.
Oh my God, you're gonna make me explode. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. I'm gonna, I'm gonna overload. I truly appreciate that. That means the world. I'll give it right back at you. I love listening to you talk about what you're knowledgeable about. It is super informative, and super easy to follow, which I find it very hard to follow a lot of like tutorial. But I had, when you posted all of that stuff and also talked about it like on stream several times, I had that 3D model. I was working on cell shading. I was working on like making like homegrown hair and stuff like that. It was like crazy. I had become impassioned about it because you were so impassioned about it. So I want to thank you for that. Your humor, I adore it, and then also just promoting this stuff and wanting it to be open to everybody, letting people have such an easy way to get into this world. It's incredible, and you do a great job at doing it. So thank you. Double back on the Keanu Reeves moment.
Honestly, that's thing that making a small communities extremely charming. Because when it's a big community, there is a chat flying by, you almost don't have any personal contact. You always uh, somewhere. You not really in touch at everything that happening. If it's a small community are very, very different. And these differences and this wide representation of small groups, that's awesome thing that allows you to choose really nice and awesome place to your actual mood, to your actual goals and everything like this. Because that's why I really like to sometimes, silently crawl to some community, silent assassin Olga,
Yeah, that's right.
and just watch. Because as a broadcaster, I need to learn much. Because believe it or not, I never watched YouTube. I never watched Twitch before I start broadcasting.
Oh, for real?
And
That's crazy to think about.
yes, I never was interested in broadcasting as a thing. I was unable to get it. Like, if I want to play a game, I will motherfucking play a game. Like, how? What for? God, why? But that happened. I moved and I felt this, language huge empty space wreck, giant wreck that's really need to be filled, and I need to start at least from something. I need to start move, and broadcasting was a first step to improve myself, and that's why it's awesome. And that's my second interaction on broadcast with the voice. And feel like, nervous and anxiety just going away with each attempt. That's why you can be cringe, you can be embarrassed. e- everything can be happen. Everything happening first time. You making mistakes, you learning, you became better. That's the way.
Oh yeah, like I said, I briefly mentioned it, and I try to stuff it so far down because like I think I started a similar time you did. I started last summer, but on YouTube as opposed to Twitch, and those videos are something else. Let me tell you. Like you could tell, I was like, welcome guys. This is my Let's Play, and it was I like learning how to be like a talking head online. Like I'm definitely not perfect by any means, but I've come a long way from like those humble beginnings.
Because when I without a broadcast, first time I decided, okay, I will I will pre-record myself, I will watch, and I will decide. Oh, I think, there suddenly became darker in the room. It was exactly like this.
It's a hard let me say this, having both of us overcome the hump, that it's not as scary as you think, because like here's the reality. You're gonna go live and you're gonna be by yourself for a while. It is the perfect time to just go buck wild and experiment and try and have fun. And if it doesn't work out, plunge the VOD. Just don't worry about it. Axe it out of your memory.
Exactly.
You'll come back stronger.
Come back stronger. It's a great thing, but sometimes you will really feel like you feel urge need to stand up, go to kitchen, take a spoon, and literally remove that piece of the brain that's remember that thing that you just saw. But this is a normal thing too, and that's how learning exists. So anyway, I need to apologize because right now I a little bit not in full-time accessibility. So I'm sorry for going out too early, because really 3D Vtubing, it's so much stuff to discuss. So much new already happened and happening. So many stuff can be announced, and I literally closely watching on what happened in there, and I really like what I see.
Yeah, absolutely. And no worries about that. There's always time for like I said, the second round of the WWE match. We're not finished yet. We need a winner. So there's always time to
of course
to come back and talk about
it. We need to decide who of us is a stronger cringeologist.
Yeah, that's right. And I study the blade. I don't like to tip my own fedora or anything like that. But I go to bed and I'm reading, like, I'm watching the Chris Chan documentaries on repeat. I'm learning. Every day I grow stronger. So if anything, I'm telling you to watch out, because I'm coming for your spot next.
Okay. I will be careful, and I will be watching my steps. You warned me. Yeah.
I'm glad to see that my threats are being taken seriously. That's all. That's all I wanted to know.
Of course. There's no other way out.
All right. At this point, I can see I've kept you way past where I said I was going to keep you. So I'm so sorry about that. But I am a billion times thankful that you decided to stick around, because like I wanted people to hear your perspective on your relationship with Vtubing and everything, and I think it's just a wealth of knowledge. To me, you're the resident expert, so I wanted everybody to hear it, and I'm glad you did.
You.
I hope that there is a next time soon, so we can dig deep, get back into this conversation, and go again, and make the world want to take a spoon and remove that part of their brain that we had that conversation.
And I will try to be here more prepared and with internet properly working to show you 3D cringe in action.
Yeah, absolutely. It absolutely has to happen, because I already saw the stuff you were working on, especially that YouTube short. I hate that it's not here, but that's all the more reason. I'll draw another promo of me looking disgusting and giving you aviators, and we'll do a whole nother set. But with that being said, I want to give some final shout outs. Actually, you know what? I think this is the best. I flubbed this one with Fel. I did not give her the chance to like plug all of her socials and stuff. You take a moment to say what you want to say to like anybody that's a new viewer. You want to reel them in. Please take your bow, Olga.
Honestly, as a social awkward person, at these moments, I'm usually have a window error sound and drool a little bit. But anyway, I I want to thank you for bringing me here. I want to thank you for a really good conversation. And yeah, it's a first roll, and we're really feeling that, you know, time really fly. We need more time. We need more of you. So come back.
That's right. We absolutely need more of this. So I'm already demanding it now. I'm sending in to the network. I need a second season. I need 24 episodes. I need us on the air by
At
next week.
minimum.
At minimum, I won't take any less, and we're gonna be millionaires by the end of it. So that's the plan. If you learn now, I'm greedy. I'm a greedy kind of guy. We're getting our money as long as we're paid.
So was glad to see you.
So everybody, thank you for greedy ass in the comment. That's the first comment I've read all night. But thank you so much for being here. Again, it means the world to me. What a wonderful conversation. Olga's the real deal. Go to her channel. You'll laugh, you'll cry. It's a night of wonder and whimsy. I adore it, and I know you will too. We'll have her on again as soon as we can, and we'll be a lot more conscientious of the time that we have when we do it. So, thank you again. I'm gonna be in your Twitch stream soon, so I don't really need to say bye. Whenever you're on next, you'll see me there.
So see ya.
All right, bye, Olga. Bam, and there we go. That is the show for the evening. Let me center myself. I'm now in the restaurant alone. What happens after Olga leaves? Well, I address chat once again. I am now your man. It doesn't always happen. I don't always leave for so long, but I'm here now. I want to go ahead and say, like I said this when I was talking with Phil, I have no doubt in my mind that all these people that I've networked with recently are gonna blow up anytime, any second. Fel, Olga, Spunky, all these people I've met, super talented, wonderful, super exciting people, all with their own draws that I love. So it's been amazing that I got to talk with both of you tonight. So very, 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 very special thanks to Felcun and OlgaOkami for making the time to be here and talk with us. It is I don't deserve it, yet I get it. So that's the unfortunate part. The worst person you know gets everything he wants. That's what's going on right now. So I'm still kind of like shaking. I was worried all day about this. I was like I was so nervous. I was like, fuck, this is gonna be, I just want it to be right. And I think we were able to, this fucking chat is God, Glitcher's here, and I can see the chat becoming just horrendous. Anyways, I'm super thankful. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that tonight. I hope to have Fel and Olga on again super soon, and hopefully in their own episode, because they both have tons to talk about and more I want to ask them about. I made the time slots super short for some reason, which was brain dead. I'm sorry, that was my fault. I was like, 30 minutes sounds good, but no, for normal human beings talking, it takes a little bit longer. So sorry for no Olga, don't, it is no apology whatsoever. I think we got like a lot of good stuff in there, and it's more to cherish as we get into the next one. So no worries whatsoever. It is that was a me thing. Yeah, on paper it seems like a fuck ton, right? It's like damn, 30 minutes, can I even talk for 5, knowing damn well that I talked about Boston market for a cool 10 minutes in the middle there. So yeah, give us more time. Olga, I'm gonna run you your time. Phil, I'm gonna run you your time. You guys deserve at least a full hour planned, and then it's probably gonna run over to like 2. Back to your cage. Get in there, put the leash back on. No talking, no talkies until it's time. this is kind of where the format kind of warps and breaks. Where usually we're playing games, I switch to like a drawing moment, but I don't want to detach from what we got to talk about today. You know, lots of cool stuff that happened. I just want to reiterate that you should absolutely follow Felcun and Olga on everything, literally everything. Twitch, YouTube, Twitter. I don't know, like Pinterest. You could do that for people. Pinterest, Vimeo, Dailymotion, wherever they're at. Literally just wherever you want to go. Follow them everywhere. They deserve it more than the world. Yeah, subscribe on YouTube. This fucking dude. I'm not dropping my Pinterest account. Not in a million billion years am I dropping my Pinterest account. When I get my Boston Market pin board up, then yeah, you can follow it. That would be it. Anyways, that's where I want to leave it. I want to focus to be on Fel, Olga. Incredible time. Can't thank them enough for wanting to be here. We're gonna do this format. It's probably going to be infrequently, but we're going to iron out a time that we can do it more often. But that being said, 50k channel point reward for a Pinterest. Yeah, that's going to be it. Oh yeah, the one activity feed I didn't say. Spunky, thank you for spending more money on the channel. Insane. Like Fel said, Fel's done with your community subs, Spunky. You have to come here to drop your money now, okay? You got money burning a hole in your pocket? It's kind of tough for me, but I'll take it over. Don't you worry about it. I will take 50% of your money. I think that's a good split for me. You got 50 cents, I'll take 25, all right? I think that's a good deal for us. It's a fucking 69 bits. Thanks, Monkey. Jeez. What is the Boston market? I can't say too much out of fear that they will retaliate. Fucking, yeah, there's the command. If you want to know about Boston market, go to their Twitter handle that I've made into a command, and they will absolutely get on to me one day. I don't know when, but they're probably gonna have they're gonna be a nightmare to deal with when it becomes time that they want their money. Yeah, we're gonna end it. That was I was so worried about this, but it went super duper well. I think no special kisses for, oh sorry, yeah, we need kisses for Spy. I'm sorry, my bad. There's a bunch of them. Bam. Ren, yeah, hold on, let me address everybody that I know. Ren, thank you for being here and checking the channel out. I forgot who else I saw some other new people talking, and I didn't say it. I was in the broadcasting moment. Danny, oh yeah, Danny Ren, thank you for stopping by and wanting to help out or help out. Your viewership helps out. It makes me feel special. Foxy has me to live for. Very cool, Glitcher. Yeah, that's right. Everything I do is for Glitcher. And you know what? My broadcast history kind of vindicates you in a weird kind of way. All the shit I play, kind of in your favor now that I'm thinking about it. So I'm the one that I'm not laughing at the end of the day. Anyways, kisses for everybody. For real, outro time. I'm gonna cut this up, put it on the YouTubes because I need to get back. This old man needs to get back. I didn't put Olga's pickup. What's wrong with me? There's that. Should make a real mod application. Yeah, I will submit instantly. Okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah, we'll make an actual Google Forms, and then I'll review it once a year. Not starting now, by the way. At the end of the year, I'll look. Okay. Thank you, everybody. The stream was wonderful. Go check out Fel, Olga. That's the final thing I say. I won't ramble anymore. Have a wonderful night. Let's see if we can pass this off to anybody live. I didn't prepare for this, but let's see if we can pass off to somebody live. Raid. Panda, Deja. Oh, Vaughn. I haven't raided Vaughn. You guys go to Vaughn. Have fun there. I love you all. I had a wonderful night. You make every night worthwhile. I will see you guys some other time, probably soon. All right. Bye, everybody.